you have a look at the tyre situation, Luxury's exited on the softs. Jason in behind doesn't have any penalties like Luxury, but Luxury is on the soft tyre, which could give him the advantage. However, there is a big... This is a track that's big for DRS, so the DRS could help carry him despite not being on the correct tyre. Meanwhile, Budweiser in the DRS of Jamie ahead, and Cookie finally comes in for their first start, or their first stop. Jason giving it everything to stay up with Luxury, and still inside the DRS of Luxury. Meanwhile, Cookie's going to exit down the road, 3 seconds down the road, but his softs are going to be a lot fresher than Luxury's, and he's going to have slightly fresher tyres than Jason. And currently, I believe it'll be a battle between Jason and Cookie for the win. Both these drivers don't have any penalties, but currently Jason needs to stay within the DRS of Luxury while Luxury's trying to use those soft tyres. And if Jason can manage his ERS, that will be beneficial for sure. And Jason on the inside again at the chicane. Side by side they go through the chicane. And I don't know, Cookie had said multiple times they'd been doing that throughout the race, and that just wastes time and allows Cookie to join this battle. They should just try and let whoever has the pace out front use their tyre. So Jason doesn't have a penalty, so, and also is low on battery. We've seen the light flashing not too long ago, but he should just let Luxury through and let Luxury use those tyres, those soft tyres, and by the time Cookie will have caught, Jason could potentially use his mediums to pass Luxury, get out of the DRS, and then Luxury would be holding up Cookie in that phase. But currently, the two leaders between Luxury and Jason continue to battle. 2 tenths separate them as Cookie has made a second on them ahead. Meanwhile, Ollie is catching Billy and Penguin. Ollie out on the hard tyres, Billy on mediums from early on here. Had started on the softs. Meanwhile, Luxury now though is going to surely get through. Oh, right up behind JG, but will he go for the move? Has a little luck, but isn't going to go for the move just yet. Going to wait for the double dose of DRS, potentially. Jason keeping it ahead so far as Cookie continues to gained another second in this lap. So surely you'd think by lap 21 Cookie will surely be within the DRS as Luxury takes the lead again. And Jason following Luxury along. Luxury giving it everything on these tyres. And Jason unable to find a way through, but Ollie now within the DRS of Billy and Penguin as well on these hard tyres. We'll see, can he find a way through on Billion. Billion does have older mediums, I believe. Let's have a look at the tyre situation currently for all the drivers. And Budweiser's retired. Where has that happened? Budweiser's retired in the pits. Budweiser not happy with his day, unless that's on the main straight. I don't believe so. I believe he's pulled it into the pits and retired. So unfortunate race for Budweiser. Zampa says JG will win, but you do have to be wary of Cookie, who now is within the DRS of Luxury on these fresher soft tyres. Meanwhile, Billion has done 10 laps on these mediums with Ollie in behind on fresher hards. And you've got to keep an eye out for Ultra as well in P6. Ultra now inside the DRS zone. I don't even know if he has it. He didn't make the detection point, but he may make the detection point at the next opportunity. Meanwhile, up at the front now, Cookie, right up behind Luxury, 2 laps fresher softs. And we've got a bit of desync here as Cookie's right up behind Luxury, trying to find a way through. On the inside now of Luxury. This could be tight, it could be close to both catching JG here. And they're too wide into the chicane, and Luxury has to back out there. Meanwhile, Ollie has been overtaken by Ultra in the middle sector there, and Cookie's now gotten JG, so JG has to hold on to the back of Cookie. And surely JG's tyres at the end will be better, but for the moment Cookie's tyres on these fresher softs are going to be lightning fast, so JG has to do everything he can to hold on to P2 for the moment. Meanwhile, Luxury's now out of the DRS range. He does have the DRS currently, but those older softs could really start to struggle here. Meanwhile, JG now on the back of Cookie. If JG can manage this gap and make sure he does not fall out of DRS, it could be massive, because even though JG has older tyres, his mediums may be quicker at the end. Meanwhile, Luxury though has fallen out of DRS, also has that time penalty, so Luxury is just hoping for a miracle at this point. Meanwhile, Billion still following Ultra along. Ultra had gotten Billion there, Billion on 7-lap older mediums, and Ollie is in a prime position to jump up to P4 here. Ollie does not have any time penalties, but meanwhile up at the front, Jason getting ever so close to Cookie. All they need to do now is manage to the end. They can really drop Luxury out of this battle, so it'll be just between JG and Cookie, but who will win? They just need to play it calm. Jason should have the better tyre here at the end. He just needs to stay in the DRS until then. And Luxury is really at this point hoping for the 2 drivers in the lead to come together to allow him into the lead. Meanwhile, Ollie and Billion side by side out of the final corner. They're both going to jump the battery, I assume, but Billion is going to have the DRS, and so does Ollie. Both of them have the DRS into turn 1, but both of them are 2 seconds behind Ultra now. So them fighting in the final corner has lost them a lot of time to Ultra, but Ollie's now going to send it on the inside here. Oh, a bit of contact with the front right of Billion, and Ollie has gotten through, but Ollie, importantly, 2.5 behind Ultra, and Ultra has much fresher tyres, so that time penalty that he has won't be as won't have as big of an impact. Meanwhile, Jason's still following Cookie along in the battle for the lead here, but Billion right up behind Ollie. These two have been fighting all championship long, and they're going to go side by side into the chicane. Billion backs out to give the room for Ollie on the inside. But up at the front now, Jason potentially falling back from Cookie. Still has the DRS, but does he have the pace to stay with the Red Bull driver, the championship leader? Cookie, does he have the pace? Luxury now 2.4 behind, so Luxury at this point is just holding on for P3 at this stage. Meanwhile, Ollie is trying to get P4 off Ultra, but Ultra has the better medium tyres, as well as Ollie defending from Billion behind. Billion all over the back of him. And Billion looking for a move, may have to go on the inside, sends it late, has a little luck, but Ollie keeps it ahead. Meanwhile, Jason still struggling to stay with Cookie. Luxury 3 seconds back from this battle. It seems Ultra may have P4 locked up here, as Ollie continues to be pestered from the Haas of Billion Penguin behind. But Jason now firmly inside the DRS as we're going to head on to lap 26. Meanwhile, Billion on the outside of Ollie. Oh, a big wheel snap there from Ollie as he had a little bit of contact. Billion sends it on the outside. And Ollie had to concede the position, but I'm not sure he's very happy about it. But these two very close together, both rear lights flashing. You can see how hard both of them are pushing. Meanwhile, Jason continues to follow Cookie along, and is that Craig they see? Craig could potentially add an interesting dynamic to this battle. If Craig gives Cookie DRS, Cookie could disappear into the distance. But it'll be, oh, and Cookies went wide. That's allowed Jason to massively close up here. And Jason is firmly inside the DRS, and it just depends, does he want to go for the move on the outside now? And he is going to go for the move on the outside, and Jason gets into the lead of the Grand Prix. And will Jason catch Craig is a big ask here. Because if Jason can get the DRS off Craig, it could change everything. Whoever the lead driver is, if they get the DRS off Craig, it could change the dynamic of the lead for the race here. But Jason following along. Craig seems to maybe had a little error, but does he give DRS to the drivers ahead? Does Jason have it? Jason doesn't have it, but both of the drivers get through, and it turns out that Craig didn't influence the battle for the lead at all. No DRS was given, but we're on the third last lap here. Cookie following JG along. JG, who will surely have the better medium tires at this stage despite them being a little bit older. Cookie's tires will start to face the cliff right about now, but can Cookie use all the pace that he has in his arsenal? One last season in SSR, currently the championship leader here in WHF. Can Cookie use the tones of a champion in order to win here in Australia? Only got 9 finishers out of the 13 remaining, or 9 runners out of the 13 remaining. And Cookie now having a little jink to the inside, trying to force a mistake from the Mercedes ahead, but JG managing this lead. Meanwhile, Ollie around the outside of Billion again in the chicane. Billion looking for way back through. Can Billion get it on the inside? Megan have a look on the outside. He's dancing all around behind Ollie, but Ollie's going to keep it ahead here. Meanwhile, Cookie on the inside on the penultimate lap of JG. Can Jason find a way back through? Cookie will have the DRS, but is JG going to send it, or is he going to wait? JG backs out. Both these drivers, so Cookie has a slide of the rear. Big slide from Cookie. Jason still following him along on this penultimate lap, and JG seems to have fallen back 6/10 here. Can JG use the DRS? Cookie seems to be giving it everything to try and escape. Can JG win here? We're on the penultimate lap of the race. JG will have DRS. He's waiting in the wings. Meanwhile, Billion right up behind Ollie, almost forcing him through the corner. Ollie goes a little wide, but he's going to keep it on track. Meanwhile, up at the front here, Jason unable to get the move, but we'll have double DRS now as we head on to the final lap of the race. Cookie, the championship leader, will lead us away. Meanwhile, Jason looking to snatch the win from the Red Bull here on the final lap of the race. Cookie is a little rear end slip as Jason now is looking to catch the Red Bull driver. And Jason looking for his second win in WHF on the back of Cookie now. Is Jason going to send it? Is he going to send it? Not close enough yet to send it, but Cookie now still a sitting duck here in the next DRS zone. But can Jason get close enough to make the move? We're on the final lap of this race, and the massive desync. Cookie's picked up a penalty. despite the desync, Cookie actually did go off track. So that massive penalty has changed in behind in P2. And what a race from Jason. Gets his second win. Meanwhile, contact and Ollie gets a time penalty, which